a human colony sent one final message. They're here. God help us. When the fleet arrived, 12 alien warships with 60,000 souls, nothing could stop what came next. A gateway opened, and in 7 seconds, the fleet vanished. Not destroyed, not scattered, erased. Humanity didn't just survive, they awoke something older, something terrifying, waiting in the spaces between dimensions. The distress beacon from Outpost Meridian died 3 weeks before Commander Alexei Volkov scratched that. Before Commander Marcus Webb received the final transmission. Just static. Then silence. Then something else. Entirely. The Caldorum Ascendancy had been expanding through the outer rim for 2 centuries, their crystalline dreadnoughts swallowing human colonies like embers in a firestorm. Meridian was supposed to be next. Population, 47,000. Defense capability, minimal. The colony's last message was simple. They're here. God help us. What arrived at Meridian wasn't divine intervention. Webb stood on the bridge of the UNSC Redemption, watching the sensor data with growing dread. His second-in-command, Lieutenant Arya Blackwell, had pulled the recordings from the colony's orbital satellites before they went dark. The footage showed the Caldorum fleet materializing in system, 12 capital ships, their hulls pulsing with that characteristic violet luminescence that had become synonymous with extinction. Then the sky opened. Not metaphorically. The actual sky above Meridian tore like fabric, and something emerged. The satellites captured it for exactly 7 seconds before every electronic system within 3 light minutes simply stopped. When they rebooted, the Caldorum fleet was gone. Not destroyed, not scattered, gone. As if 12 ships containing 60,000 souls had been erased from reality. The colony was silent, every structure intact, every light still burning. Not a single human remained. What in God's name did they activate? Webb whispered, studying the frozen image of that impossible tear in space. It resembled a wound, edges writhing with energy that shouldn't exist according to any physics humanity understood. Dr. Helena Vasquez, the Redemption's chief science officer, had theories. None of them good. The colony wasn't just a settlement, Commander. Intelligence finally declassified the files 2 hours ago. She pulled up a schematic. It was a research station. They were studying precursor technology. Webb felt his blood turn to ice. In the Precursors, an ancient civilization that vanished 3 million years ago, leaving behind artifacts that defied explanation. Humanity had barely scratched the surface of understanding their tech. The Caldorum built their entire empire on stolen precursor knowledge. They found something, Vasquez continued, her voice tight. A gateway device. The colonists activated it when the Caldorum arrived. According to these logs, they believed it was a defensive weapon. Defensive? Blackwell's laugh was bitter. It ate an entire fleet. Not 8, Vasquez corrected. Relocated. The energy signatures suggest a dimensional transfer. Those ships didn't explode, they were pulled through. Webb's comm crackled. Commander, we have multiple hyperlane disruptions. Caldorum reinforcements are inbound. You'd estimate 200 vessels. The Ascendancy was coming in force. They wanted that gateway, and they'd burn every human world to ash to claim it. Webb made a decision that would either save humanity or doom it. Plot a course for Meridian, maximum burn. They reached the dead colony in 36 hours. The gateway still stood in the central plaza, a ring of black metal 60 meters across, its surface swimming with patterns that hurt to observe directly. The Redemption's sensors couldn't even classify the materials. Vasquez worked frantically at a portable terminal translating precursor glyphs. It's not just a weapon. It's a door. The colonists, they didn't know where it led. They just knew it would remove the threat. Can we control it? Webb asked. I don't know. Maybe. The activation sequence requires a biological component, a human neural pattern specifically. She looked up, her eyes haunted. Someone has to interface with it directly. The Caldorum fleet emerged from hyperspace like a swarm of angry stars. 200 dreadnoughts, each capable of glassing a planet. Their commander broadcast on all frequencies. Surrender the gateway, resistance will result in total planetary sterilization. Webb stepped onto the gateway platform. His wife and daughter were on Earth. This war had already taken too much. Doctor, what happens to whoever activates it? Vasquez's silence was answer enough. Light it up, Webb said. The gateway responded to his touch like it had been waiting centuries. Energy exploded outward, and the sky tore open again, wider this time, vast enough to swallow stars. The Caldorim fleet fired everything they had, but their weapons simply vanished into that impossible void. Then the fleet followed. Webb felt the gateway pulling at his consciousness, showing him what lay beyond. Not death, not destruction. Something older, something that had been sleeping in the spaces between dimensions, and humanity had just woken it up. As 200 alien warships disappeared into the wound in reality, Webb understood the terrible truth. The precursors hadn't vanished. They'd run away from something. And the colonists of Meridian, in their desperation, had opened the door and invited it back. The gateway sealed. Webb collapsed, still breathing, somehow still alive. In the silence that followed, Vasquez checked her sensors and whispered, "Commanders, it's still out there, waiting." Humanity was saved, for now. But something else was coming home. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe for more amazing tales.